And now we bring you a simple story of everyday people. There's no place like home.
So, Rowan, this is where you're working now, is it?
Rowan's been really helpful. I don't know what I'd do without him.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what to do with him because he wasn't very helpful when he worked for me.
I didn't work for you, Marjorie. I worked with you. In fact, I was the head chef, so if anything, you worked for me.
What? How dare you, you little...
Would anyone like some more cream of asparagus soup?
Oh, Una, that sounds lovely.
Thank you, Mr. Kavanagh.
Call me Charles.
And how is your mining company coping with these protest people flooding the town, Charles?
Oh, we're not worried about that. We at the Happy Earth Mining Company are keen to engage with all points of view and work together with the community to facilitate...
Well, that's all right then. Now, would anybody else like some soup? It's fresh out of the tin this morning.
Serving tin soup now, are you, Rowan?
Yeah, thanks, Mrs. Lindy. I'll have another bowl.
Oh, you do have quite the appetite, don't you, Gus?
Yeah, I guess I've got a high metabolism.
That or a tapeworm. But don't you worry, a tapeworm's just like a daughter, really. Won't keep still, eats all your food and stays forever.
Mummy, don't say that. Anyway, it's you who came here. You're eating my food.
Lindy, I know when my daughter needs help, and my instincts will not let me neglect my family. So a bit of shush, please. You're embarrassing yourself.
Una, you can't talk to her like that in her own home.
Now, Rowan dear. Back in your little box.
Oh dear, what if Duncan has a tapeworm? We really should try to find him in case he's unwell.
If I find that man, I'll make him unwell. What he did was shameful, abandoning my daughter like that.
My uncle had a tapeworm once. Used to drive him insane. We tried everything. Bowls of treacle by the bed, pieces of string dipped in kerosene, smoke up his... Anyway, in the end, Auntie Beryl made him live in the shed. We kids used to think he was doing a funny dance, but he's really just going mad.
Lindy, is this really an appropriate topic of conversation for your dinner table?
I'm not the one talking about.
I remember before the war, the young ladies would swallow tapeworms to lose weight.
Did it work, dear?
I don't think so. You see, the war came along and there wasn't enough to eat anyway, so it was a bit of a wasted effort. We ended up with Germans on the outside and tapeworms on the inside. Not much fun, really.
Was it the Germans, dear? I thought it was the Japanese.
Speaking of Japanese, for main course we have udon noodles. So I'll dish out the noodles and you can keep chatting away about the tapeworms. Rowan, can you help me by opening the packet while I boil the kettle?
You're serving instant noodles for dinner, Rowan. You left the pub so you can tip boiling water into a bowl. You must be so happy with your life choices.
I hope Duncan isn't having to survive on instant noodles, wherever he's hiding.
And for anyone who thinks international food is a bit too highly seasoned, I've also prepared a lovely mixed grill as a backup. Or, if you're feeling very sophisticated, you can have both.
Oh, that would be just the ticket. Phyllis, you cooked noodles, mashed potatoes and lamb chops once, didn't you?
Yes, that was just before the nice man organised for me to receive Meals on Wheels.
Well, I'd like a bit of both.
I know you would, Shiz.
And what about you, Gus? Would you like noodles or mixed grill?
No, I'll eat anything, really. I remember one night I got home at 3 o'clock in the morning and...
I bet you don't remember.
Well, nah. I don't remember getting home, but I remember waking up and I'd eaten some pork ribs, a McFlurry, a donut, a Chico roll, a banana, some berries I found in the garden, something that might have been a dead mouse, a packet of Tim Tams, and gravy, all mixed up in a bowl. So you could say I have pretty sophisticated culinary tastes.
Well, you could say that. but it's not quite my interpretation of sophisticated.
No, Cherry, we don't all have serviette rings, plastic doilies and mauve carpet in the bathroom.
Nor, Sherilyn, do we all have a compromising modelling portfolio, 8 missing teeth, and a tattoo in which the words chopper, reed and legend are all misspelt.
Hey, Cherry, don't lock Shiz's modelling work. She's put a lot into it.
Yes, from what I've heard, she certainly has.
You're not going to be serving us dead mice, Tim Sams and gravy tonight, are you, Lindy?
No, Mrs. Batty. Dinner will be whatever my mother has decided we should eat. Perhaps we should go back to a slightly more pleasant topic of conversation.
Like tapeworms?
Mummy, maybe you could entertain our guests with one of your wonderful stories about...
About you, dear.
While Rowan and I clear the plates? Come on, Rowan, can you help me take these dishes to the kitchen?
Sure, Lindy.
I'll give you a hand too, Lindy. I'm very keen that we have a private chat.
No, Mr. Kavanagh. Rowan and I will be fine.
Well, don't be long, dear. Don't linger. Now, while Lindy's fussing around with the plates, let me tell you about the time she was sent home from school camp after a most embarrassing incident. I'm sure she won't mind me telling you this, but she'd been having gastric issues and...
Lindy, that's Marjorie out there. I don't even want to be in the same town as that woman, let alone the same room. What was your mother thinking?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if she thinks at all. She just does things.
I mean, Marjorie Lump, the monster of the pub kitchen. I left that job to get away from her, and there she is, sitting there, glaring at me, waiting for an opportunity to humiliate me, to tell everyone that I'm a stupid child, an incompetent idiot, that I can't cope, that I can't cook, that I don't know, that I wet the bed and cry when plants die on Gardening Australia. That's the sort of thing she'd say, of all people to invite to dinner.
I'm sorry, Rowan. I really don't know what Mummy was thinking. How could she possibly think that it's okay to invite people into my guest house? How could she think it's okay to invite herself into my guest house? I mean, I think she means well, but...
Does she? Really?
Yeah, she's not malicious. She was genuinely worried about me after Duncan went off, and if he comes back, when he comes back, she'll have a thing or two to say to him. No, she means well, but, well, emotional intelligence isn't her thing.
You're telling me.
We had some exchange students from Kenya once, and she made them sit down and watch the black and white minstrel show. She even made them sing along and everything. But look, she genuinely believes she's doing the right thing.
Inviting everyone we most hate in town to come to dinner?
I don't hate Phyllis and Mrs. Batty, or Sherilyn, or Gus.
You might do once he gets up from his chair.
Mummy thought she was encouraging the community to rally around me in my time of need. Except this particular community rallies around people the way a pack of hyenas rally around an injured rabbit. Oh God, I don't want to go back in there, Rowan. I really don't want to go back in there.
And that slimy man, Charles Kavanagh, he runs the mining company, doesn't he? The one that's planning to build this pink Sanusium mine that's causing so much fuss?
The mining company that's after Duncan? Yup, that's him. Well, no, he doesn't run the Happy Earth Mining Company. I think a coven of wraiths and ghouls runs the Happy Earth Mining Company from their headquarters in Mordor, but Charles Kavanagh certainly works for them. I mean, he's a sort of middle manager at best, which gives him a massive chip on his shoulder. He's a nasty piece of work.
But what does he want with Duncan? Is the company really that bothered that Duncan prospected for gold in a creek they own?
They don't even own the creek, just the mining rights. But Duncan did take a fair bit of gold. He shouldn't have.
Couldn't he just give the gold back and say sorry?
That's what I keep asking myself. Tom convinced Duncan that the Happy Earth Mining Company is like some sort of vengeful spirit that bears a grudge forever and that the damage is done and can't be undone. And Duncan believed him.
Lindy, Rowan, you've been in there for ages. You're being terrible hosts, and people are starting to gossip.
Yes, Mummy! Coming!
And what's with Gus and Sherilyn and Mrs. Batty and Phyllis? Why are they even here? Since when did Gus ever go to a dinner party? I'm surprised he even knows how to use a knife and fork.
He probably doesn't. It's only been soup so far, and most of that ended up in his hair.
Lindy, Rowan, you abandoning your guests. They're all wondering where you are.
No, one of them is actually wondering where Duncan is. Yes, Mummy! Coming!
Oh, that meat was delicious. Thank you, Mrs. Lindy. Really hit the spot. And don't worry, I reckon the stain will come out of the tablecloth, no problem.
And if it doesn't, we can just dye the whole thing brown and nobody'll notice.
Yes, well, I'm delighted you enjoyed it, Gus. You certainly have a very visual eating style.
It certainly was yummy. Was it lamb or maybe venison? It certainly was gamey.
It reminded me of how meat used to taste back before modern technology.
It was pretty good. I bet you didn't cook it, did you, Rowan? You just opened tins, didn't you? And made the noodles that no one ate.
Everyone contributed and it was a lovely meal. Thank you, Rowan. Thank you, Mother. Now, would anyone like a coffee before you leave?
It really was the nicest mixed grill I've had since...
The last time you went to the RSL club?
At the RSL, they serve it in a basket. And you get a show from ABBA.
Not ABBA, dear. They're called Stabber. They're an ABBA tribute band.
Shame there weren't more takers for the noodles, but I guess you can't go past a nice chop or a lightly grilled kidney.
Kidney? Which one was the kidney?
The brown shiny thing with the white bits.
Oh, I thought that was some kind of vegetable.
It's such a shame Duncan wasn't here to enjoy this lovely meal. We at the Happy Earth Mining Company are really keen to help you find him, Lindy. I'm sure he'd have loved this. What sort of meat was it exactly, Una?
Well, I couldn't exactly say, but I'm told it's local.
Told it was local? Who told you it was local?
Oh, a lovely lady I met near the cafe. Flavia, I think her name was. I would have invited her along, but she was running an education program for youngsters. She's, teaching them about endangered wildlife, such as this lesser spotted purple possum that's native to the area. She was a really nice lady.
And she sold you this meat?
Flavia sold you this meat?
Yes, it was prepared by a local butcher called...
Monkey? Oh no.
Yes! Apparently he sources it locally.
By scraping it off the road. Wombats, possums, dogs. Some of them you can't tell what they are.
It's his new pet food business. Meat to please you.
Oh my God, I'm going to be sick. Rowan, how dare you? I'm never coming anywhere near this guest house ever again.
Yes, I think this establishment is going to give me traumatic memories. I don't think I can stay here. Excuse me.
Oh no, I've just eaten dog food. How horrible. I shall never come back here ever again.
What's all the fuss about? I don't understand.
I really don't know. I thought that kidney was rather nice.
Yeah, I've eaten worse. What about you, Lindy?
Well, I wouldn't normally choose to eat pet food, but right now I think it's the nicest meal I've ever had.
Well, roadkill clearly isn't for everyone, but at least Gus enjoyed the asparagus soup. Will Charles be back to harass Lindy? Will Marjorie be back to harass Rowan? Find out in next week's episode of There's No Place Like Home.